saying they've never heard of Operation Phakisa. They don't know what it's all about and need a little bit of a better understanding. Well, that basically is what today is really all about. You know, it goes back to a trip that the president took to Malaysia. He saw how they had initiated a program. It was basically a fast-track program to try and create jobs as fast as possible and to bring in GDP into the economy and make it grow as one would say in a fast possible way. Well, that's where Operation Phakisa came about. And the first big phase of Operation Phakisa was the oceans economy. Now, the oceans economy, they feel, holds so much potential. South Africa, so many of our ports, South Africa is surrounded by ocean, and the reality is that there's so much money that can be made out of it. And one of the cities that is right next to it is where we're broadcasting from. That's Durban. I mean, you know that this port is a hive of activity where stakeholders basically are here and about to present reports of basically how Operation Phakisa is doing, how it's been working. So we'll hear from Durban and other ports around the country as well. But to talk from the Durban and the KwaZulu-Natal perspective, we've got Sihle Zikalala, who's the KZN MEC for Economic Development, Tourism and Environmental Affairs. Good to have you, MEC. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks, and thanks for having us in your program too.
When we talk about the oceans economy, and obviously Durban, biggest port and one of the busiest ports in Southern Africa, how has it been performing under Operation Phakisa?
Durban is one of the biggest ports, but it's not the only port we have in KwaZulu-Natal. You will know we have two ports, being Richards Bay and Durban ports. With Durban, we are exporting and importing more than 65 of containers inside and outside South Africa. So that's the biggest volumes when it comes to the whole country. But also when it comes to the bulk exportation, we're exporting more than, as the country, 80% of tons from Richards Bay. So it means that KwaZulu-Natal has a potential to contribute more to the GDP of this country through the oceans economy. And we are, through the Operation Phakisa, beginning to see fruits of that. And we are venturing through a number of initiatives we've started on a number of subsectors of the ocean economy. Specifically, we are starting boats and ship making. We're working on aquaculture. We're working on trainings on the ocean economies.
Have we seen a lot of jobs created through this already here at the Durban Harbour?
We are starting to realize the creation of jobs. It has started in a slow pace, but with time it's going to accelerate and increase. But we can say that as the President is coming to inspect today and do that check on the progress we are doing, number of reports will be presented. On our own as KwaZulu-Natal, we have also drafted and adopted our KwaZulu-Natal provincial maritime industry strategy, which seek to talk to the national approach of Operation Phakisa. And we will be rolling out the implementation of the oceans economy, starting here in the south, which is Durban and the south coast, and also moving toward the north. Part of that is aquaculture, fishery, and all of those activities.
All right. Well, we're going to hear a lot more a little bit later when those are presented to the President, and of course, South Africa will get to hear about it. I need to talk to you about a few issues, however, here in the province, because KZN being in the news constantly, you know that. So let's get some of these issues out the way. Firstly, we saw yesterday there was a bid from a KwaZulu-Natal faction here that are backing Deputy President Cyril Ramaphosa as the ANC presidential bid to apply for a declaratory order to stop you and the executive from operating as the PEC. What do you know about this, and are you still chairman of the ANC here?
As far as we are concerned, there are engagements that are taking place. If there is that bid which took place yesterday, we'll interact with that through proper processes. We're here to celebrate the progress we're making as the country on Operation Phakisa. And the ANC issues are there. The ANC is equal to the task, is dealing with those issues. But as government, we're quite happy with the work we're doing in terms of rolling out this program of Operation Phakisa Phakisa, and we are succeeding on it.
And I respect that you want to focus on Operation Phakisa because this is the bigger picture. But the reality is that we are sitting in a province where people are losing their lives, people are dying. And this is a very, very big problem. There's assassinations taking place all the time and mass assassinations. We're also seeing your High Court bid. Is it still going ahead? Are you going to challenge the decision?
Yes, the ANC have resolved to do so. The ANC have appealed that judgment, not only in the province, but the ANC and the National Office are jointly appealing that outcome.
Yeah. What has the NEC said after their meeting? What have they come back and told you?
Well, I'm not here on behalf of the NEC, and I'm neither a spokesperson for the NEC. There is Comrade Zikalala and there is Comrade Gwede Mantashe, the Secretary General. What I know is that the national leadership is working on uniting the ANC in the province.
So that's as much as you can tell us. So I know that there's big action being taken from the Senzo Mkhunu faction, and you're just waiting for further steps. This is a meeting they had yesterday. Have you heard from them?
Well, I wouldn't want to respond to them through the televisions because we have started talking direct, and if they have such a resolve, we will continue to engage with them direct. We must not be taken as groupings that are far apart. We are working on uniting the ANC, and ours as leaders of the ANC and cadres of the movement is to appreciate the fact that the ANC does not exist to serve us, but we are members of the ANC to pursue the revolution, and therefore we need each other, we need to unite, we need to build a strong movement and move toward winning and consolidating the strength of the ANC in 2019 elections.
All right, we'll leave it there. Sihle, thank you for talking to us. Sihle Zikalala is the KZN MEC for Economic Development, Tourism and Environmental Affairs, as well as the chairperson of the ANC here in KwaZulu-Natal. All right, let's take a break. We'll see you in the next hour here on Morning Live.